Fox 5 and Hot 97 present Street Soldiers with Lisa Evers.
Hi, I'm Lisa Evers. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night for this episode of Street Soldiers. The coronavirus pandemic has put much of hip-hop on hold. Shows are canceled and clubs are closed. But still, some artists and DJs are finding a lot of new ways to stay creative. Because of the coronavirus, there won't be a Hot 97 Summer Jam this year at MetLife Stadium. Concerts are canceled worldwide, and music makers are hurting.
It's a tough place for us all. I've been in the music business for going on 20 years now. I've never seen or witnessed anything that's happening right now ever in life.
I lost a Canadian tour, and then I'm also on Royce the 5'9's album, and he was about to go on tour, so I was gonna be on that tour as well. So all of that was just like out the window.
Artists are doing what they can.
Since I can't be in the studio because of the 6 feet and the quarantine and the coronavirus thing going on, I'm just writing the records at home. They send me the beats, I write the records at home, and I actually have the project done. All I have to do is go into the studio and record it.
We good, right?
Social distance correct. We good. Proceed.
Some of hip-hop's biggest names have turned to the internet to stay in touch with their fans. Tory Lanez performed a social distancing concert for YouTube, and D Nice is spinning DJ sets on Instagram Live.
It's been really cool to see how hip-hop has been able to adjust during these crazy times.
Before we get started, anyone has any questions?
Then there's Hot 97's DJ Duskie. Since he can't be out in person looking for up-and-coming artists, he's producing a weekly online showcase for those hoping to be future hit makers.
I just transform and go into rappers like Megatron 6, kill all the vibes, they send us the sense.
Duskie, great to have you with us on this new version of Street Soldiers.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like everyone else, I'm sure you know we're all stuck in the studio or stuck at home. But I'm just blessed to be healthy and still here. You know, times are rough, and especially as a DJ, it's been a little difficult. But we're getting through it.
Duskie, what are the biggest things you notice? Of course, the loss of income has got to be huge, but
right.
in terms of your workflow, because you would usually be on the air in the studio, in the main studio, and then jumping off to a show or to a recording session in a studio or promoting some new music. How has your life changed because of this whole thing?
It's definitely took probably a full 180 because I was in the clubs and at the radio station about 6 days a week. And now I'm emailing in my radio shows. I'm emailing my mixes to the radio. The clubs and events have came to a complete stop. So that, financially has affected us in a major way. Majority of our income as DJs, we make from these events and these nightclubs. And for everything to be closed and we don't know when they're going to open, we definitely took a major hit. So that's been difficult. And as far as, getting new music, I'm always first on the music. So
yes, you are, for
right,
sure.
So I would get it from the clubs and get it from the different neighborhoods and just being outside and around people. And I feel like now I'm searching online. I'm looking at playlists. I'm looking at streaming sites. So it's definitely, it takes time to adjust, but it's been a big change for us.
In terms of because you're one of the people that is one of the groundbreakers of a lot of new music, but in terms of what people are listening to right now, do you feel like the music that people want to listen to or want to hear right now is different because of everything we're going through?
I feel like the way they're getting the music, like on these playlists and these apps, these are placements. These are records that, people are placing, curators. So you're not going to get everything that's out there because you have certain places now you can go hear new music. So it's changed a little, but even on the radio, on my Sunday show, I try to get as much new music on there and break it on Hot 97. So, it's slowed down in a sense, but we're still able to get the new music. It's just in a different place, basically.
But do you think the fans are looking for anything different or more of an escape or more of a message, or it's just whatever's hot?
No, I feel like, people are going through an emotional time right now, and music is like the playlist of our life, you know what I'm saying? So when you're in your home and you're going through these different emotions, you're definitely looking for different types of music that set different moods. So I think right now is a great time for music because everyone's locked down and there's not much to do. So we're all searching for new music. So I think it's a good thing, but the turnover is so much new music coming out that, you know, it's hard for artists to keep up. You feel like you gotta, you know, I'm talking to my friends and these artists that make music that, you know, big artists, and they're like, bro, we gotta keep up because there's so much music dropping and people, we don't know what people want right now. Everyone's confused. So they're just, you know, if you do have a studio and you're blessed to have that access, you're just in there cooking up and just dropping music. So yeah, you know, it's been a lot of music coming at us and everyone's just emotionally, you know, in different places. So they're searching for what works for them.
Right, and what's going to be next? But what about like the cancellation of, you know, Summer Jam is canceled. There's like, you know, the festival season is probably going to be canceled during the summer. A lot of the summer touring is not going to be happening for these artists. How much of a hit are artists taking, do you think?
Oh, they're taking a big hit. So I know I heard the Baby, who's right now one of the hottest hip hop artists, mention that in just this short time frame, he's lost over $7 million in show money and in event money. So I can only imagine like some of those top tier artists. And there's artists that had tours that were locked and booked for the rest of the year that now, you know, they're canceling the whole tour, the whole 2020 tour. And, you know, we'll pick back up next year. So as a DJ, I know I'm taking a major loss. So I can only imagine what these artists are getting hit with. And it just not just for the artists, for the people too, the fans. You know, your favorite artists, you're used to going to see perform live in Summer Jam. You know, everyone is excited about Summer Jam every year, you know. So for our fans and for our listeners, I feel like they're taking a loss too, not just the artists, but, you know, the people.
And then what about for yourself? Because you've always looked at your career as a businessman and as a business. You know, DJing is fun, yes, but it's also a business. What are you doing to try to make up for that lost income from all those shows that you can't do, all those club dates you can't do, all those special events?
So what I've decided, you know, I know we're in a digital world and a virtual world and everything's online. So I started creating some like fun, cool music projects straight from my studio that we can do live online. I got the New Movement Live, I called it, where artists could submit music and we review it, we play it, we give feedback. And that's been going pretty well. Like I set the time date every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we get so many submissions that like there was a point where I had to put a cap on it and say, listen, no more submissions because we get so many. The show turned from a 1 hour segment to 3 hours of music. But it's been helping balance that income. It's not what I could get, you know, DJ nightclubs, but it's bringing some stuff in. The DJing live online just to keep, you know, the brand going. I do virtual online showcases because I know artists are locked in the studio making music, have nowhere to perform it. So I created like live Zoom and Facebook groups where they can perform live, and I do that on Wednesday nights. So it definitely sparks some new creative ideas, but financially it's not making up for what we're losing, but it's definitely a new way I can see things are going to start going even after the quarantine, which, you know, I think is pretty cool.
We're joined right now by Lamar. He's the hip hop editor for Billboard. Carl, great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Listen, you are talking to artists, you're interviewing artists despite the shutdown and the quarantine and the pandemic and everything. What's your sense about what is going on with hip hop right now?
Oh man, I mean, I think initially, like everybody else in the world, it was a state of shock, state of confusion, a sense of, okay, how are we going to try to make these things work with, you know, us being quarantined and us trying to deal with the changes. And I got to applaud, you know, everybody in hip hop for being able to adjust and be innovative. You know, I think we've seen it so early on with a DJ Nice that just reemerged, you know, legendary DJ Nice that reemerged with his Club Quarantine show that was able to do, I think, over 150 within the first 2 weeks. The versus battle that we've seen with Swiss Beats and Timbaland, that's really brought, you know, hip hop and people not even totally in love with hip hop closer to the genre. You know, it's making us feel like we're still outside being, you know, dressing up, going to the club. You know, it's giving us that kind of joy and excitement. So it's been really cool to see how hip hop has been able to adjust during these crazy times.
What about in terms of all the cancellations? Because it looks like for a lot of the concert tours, a lot of the shows, you know, through this have been canceled straight through the entire summer, which is a big time for the artists. What effect is that having on them?
And it's tough because now it's a matter of, you know, touring and doing concerts and shows. That's pretty much, you know, how artists are able to make their money. So it's like, okay, what are we going to do now in order to get these funds back? So it's like, okay, we can release a boatload of music, but that's not going to necessarily go into our account so quick. I mean, shout out to Tory Lanez, who did a deal with YouTube last week. I think this was the first official hip hop concert with a major company, and he did it viral. It was like a real viral kind of thing. I think 1.1 million viewers tuned in. So I think people might have to go that route, try to team up with some corporate companies in order to do these kind of concerts. But up until, I mean, as far as like the immediate, he got lucky and fortunate. I don't know how it's gonna work out for other artists. I know Young Thug said he's been losing money. Other artists been saying they've been losing money, missing out on shows. So it's just a matter of trying to be innovative.
We're just getting started. Still much more to come from the music makers Jenna Ski and Graff, plus producer Amadeus. They'll all tell us where things stand right now with hip hop.
We're joined right now by Graff. He's a hip hop artist. You've seen him on Street Soldiers before. He's joined us many times. He has an album that's out called Oracle 3 with Green Lantern. It's his latest work. Graff, great to have you with us.
Glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back all the time.
Yeah. You know, Street Soldiers, even the pandemic can't keep us down. We just have to come back, however we're doing it, you know?
Home soldiers, you say now. We home soldiers.
That's Drewski's name for us. Graff, your album, you were working on this for a really long time, Oracle 3 with Green Lantern, and it dropped like right before everything just shut down. What did that do to you and all that hard work that you guys have put into this?
Well, I mean, it was like a double-edged sword because when I put the project out, it was well received amongst like, the hip hop community and all of that, which I was blessed for. And I got a lot of tours and shows booked behind that. So the quarantine came right as like before payment for the damn shows came through. The quarantine hit.
No.
So I lost a Canadian tour, and then I'm also on Royce the 5'9's album, and he was about to go on tour, so I was gonna be on that tour as well. So all of that was just like out the window. You know what I'm saying? So I lost a lot of exposure and a lot of money. But yeah, on the flip side, everybody's on their phone at home streaming music, looking for new content. So I just keep dumping, and my numbers are going up, and I'm making new fans every day because people are looking for new stuff. So it's a double-edged sword. It helped in that aspect, but I lost a ton of bread.
Oh my! And so many artists have, so many DJs have, so many people in the industry have. That's why we wanted to do this show. You know, what's the state of hip hop? So, do you feel in terms of you and your fans and building that fan base, because you've been doing this for a while and you've been working very, very hard, and you have like a really hard core. Do you feel like new people are coming in to understand you and get to know you and your music? Because we're not at a lot of people just aren't in a rush because they're on lockdown.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse. It's a blessing in disguise in terms of finding the time to find yourself, find what you like, redefine your brand, who you are, experience new things. So with that additive, it was a blessing because I made a whole lot of new fans and got closer to the ones that I do have already. You know what I'm saying? Because I put out new music, I talk to them all day, we get closer, we live stream. So like everybody's live changed at the same exact time. So we had to adapt together. So we grow together, get closer together, and find out about new stuff together. So in that respect, all my numbers went up.
So that was a good thing, but it's the money. You had all the money that was about to come in from the shows and the tours, right?
Yeah, that's painful. That's painful. But you know what I did do? I took all this time and created so much more music and so much more content. Like I wrote like probably 2 or 3 more albums in this time, just really working, honing in on my craft. Yeah, no lie. I made so much new stuff that I'm not even mad. I'm like, it was a blessing for me because I would have never had this time to put into my craft or the time I even spend with like my kids and my family, just chilling and hanging. It's like I put the time where it mattered. You know what I mean? So I'm not even as mad, to be honest with you. But we lost people. People are dying. People that
that's the real thing, right?
Yeah, like we lost a lot of people, man. And I got like rest in peace, my brother, Frederick Godson. What's crazy is me and him were about to drop an album. We were working on an album to put out. It would have came out right about now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
That's
shot
so
we did
sad.
a freestyle. We did a freestyle together and shot a video right before he caught it. And the day he actually posted the picture of himself in the hospital, I just recorded a record to send him. I sent it to his phone. He was texting me back. I'm like, damn, you got the text? You got it? You got it? And I checked on his gram. He said he's in the hospital. I was like, oh, damn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it really went like that. And then,
Was
you know,
that fast?
yeah, praying, rooting for him, and I thought the prayers was going to be enough, and they weren't.
We're joined right now by Jenna Ski. She's a hip hop artist and entertainer. You heard her song Ski on Hot 97. She's quarantined along with everybody else. Jenna Ski, great to be with you again.
Thank you for having me, Lisa. You looking bomb.com.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You're looking pretty good yourself then, girl.
oh, girl, I look crazy.
No, you don't. Listen, tell us, because the last time we talked with you, you came into the studio for Street Soldiers, and you, Ski was on Hot 97 playing in rotation there and everything. And then this whole, you were on doing shows, you were doing had all kinds of things going on, and then all of a sudden, boom, for everybody, things shut down. So
Right.
what have you been going through like these last couple months?
Well, it's kind of been, the transition's been super hard as far as in like getting used to being booked up and moving around and then having to just be home. The transition was just like so crazy for me. I can't say it was fun at first. It was I was like getting a little bit depressed at first, but then I was just like, I had to like think, okay, what do I do on a daily basis? And that's music. So since I can't be in a studio because of the 6 feet and the quarantine and the coronavirus thing going on, I'm just writing the records at home. They send me the beats, I write the records at home, and I actually have the project done. All I have to do is go into the studio and record it. So that's great. Like, you know, I've been in a space where I'm able to be a little bit more creative than usual because I have to think outside the box, because I literally feel like I'm in a box. Like, but like, all in all, it's been okay because I get to hang out with family more. It's been a great experience. I'm learning to appreciate the no makeup, the fuzzy hair, not fuzzy hair, but like the crazy hair. But I'm just learning to like accept myself more in a natural state, which is pretty cool.
We're joined right now by super producer Amadeus. He has worked with some of the biggest names in the music business, including Chris Brown, J-Lo, Dave East, Diddy, you name it, he's probably worked with them. Amadeus, great to have you with us on this new version of Street Soldiers.
Yes. Hey, Lisa, how are you, Queen? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy.
You know, on the grind, we're doing it, working,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
making shows, reporting news stories, doing all that. But I want to talk with you about our topic this week, which is the state of hip hop, because we've seen concerts canceled. You know, our summer jam was canceled. We've seen a lot of concert tours for artists that just dropped albums right before this whole pandemic shutdown happened. Where do you see hip hop right now? What's going on?
As you mentioned, it's a tough place for us all. I've been in the music business for going on 20 years now. I've never seen or witnessed anything that's happening right now ever in life. I've never seen, you know, with me being a touring musician, touring the world for the last 13 years with Trey Songz, I've never seen places shut down. I've never seen Las Vegas, you know, with no lights on and no one on the strip. I've never seen, you know, moments where there's no concerts, there's no sporting events. Like when the NBA shut down, you know, I knew it was serious. And then following the NBA shutting down and all of the sports shutting down, Major League Baseball, you know, the music business and entertainment world kind of shut down and did the same thing. So we're learning each and every single day of how to cope with it, of how to move forward. And I must say, I'm grateful, me personally, grateful for the social media platform that we have today, because you know, Lisa, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we didn't always have the internet. We didn't always have social media. It was us being out there in the streets and shaking hands and kissing babies. And now we've grown with technology to have computers and tablets and iPhones and, you know, the technologies for us to be able to talk and communicate and stay connected with one another. So I'm grateful for, you know, the social media platforms and technology.
The great thing about music is that it helps us get through these tough times. There's more to choose from than ever before. So to all the artists, the DJs, and their teams making those beats and sounds we love, we thank you. Remember, use your mind as your best weapon. I'm Lisa Evers. Let's push for peace, love, and health.